left early was the shameless beatdown I administered to him on the panel. That's a joke, you all. Please don't write that down.
They're not laughing.
I know.
They're very serious.
Jokes don't play well in print. Have you ever noticed that? This has been an extraordinary weekend, both because of the sessions that we've had with people from all over the world, but also because of the communication, as was mentioned today, from Secretary Rubio and the leaked 28-point plan, which, according to Secretary Rubio, is not the administration's position. It is essentially the wish list of the Russians that is now being presented to the Europeans and to the Ukrainians. It does provide a guideline to try to narrow the issues between Ukraine and Russia. And the encouraging thing to me is that the administration is not attempting to negotiate this agreement unilaterally, but indeed is in close consultation in the next few days with Ukraine and with our European allies. So I think that's an important development. All of us read that statement yesterday. We're alarmed by it, I think. That's a fair statement. It turns out that it is a sort of a beginning point for negotiations, and we'll see where the discussions go from here. Everyone wants this war to end, but we want it to end on a fair and just peace that respects the integrity and the sovereignty of the country of Ukraine, and does not reward aggression, and also provides adequate security guarantees so that something like what occurred in 2022 does not occur again. The programs like this you've seen us. We've been in the various plenary sessions, but we've also, as was mentioned, had a whole series of bilateral meetings with representatives from Ukraine, Colombia, the Netherlands. There have been a long series of meetings today. Those are always very valuable, and it's ones that we will take back in our work in the U.S. Senate. So this is a very important conference, and it's one that I think has been especially valuable this year in terms of the forefront of the Ukraine issue, which is exactly where it belongs. I want to turn it over to Senator Cramer, who just is beginning his second term in the Senate and is a valued member of the Armed Services Committee, and we've worked together on a number of issues, and we look forward to the work that we're going to try to finish in the next few weeks in terms of the National Defense Authorization Act, as well as the defense budget and other budget bills that should be coming up between now and the end of the year. So, Senator Cramer.
Thank you. Thank you, Senator, Governor, Chairman. What Angus didn't share with you that I thought would be high on his obituary or resume would be the fact that he and I are the founding co-chairs of the American-Canadian Economic and Security Caucus, a very large and active bipartisan bicameral caucus. So the relationship between the United States and Canada is an everyday roll-up-your-sleeves working job for the two of us, as well as the rest of us. I also obviously represent a state that borders both Manitoba and Saskatchewan, have lots of friends, family, been to weddings and funerals up there, and the personal relationships are enduring as well as the diplomatic relationship, and we've got work to do on it, but I was very encouraged by these last couple of days with regard to the relationship with Canada. The meetings with Canadian members of Parliament, Minister, and others was very reassuring and very encouraging for me, and I'm grateful for that. I'm also very grateful to Senator Shaheen for thinking me worthy, frankly, and inviting me here to Halifax. But without question, is intriguing and compelling as some of the panels were, the bilateral meetings really were of utmost importance this weekend, and I'm grateful for all of that. I would also just maybe emphasize the point that while we're here celebrating democracy, it's important for all of us to remember that whatever is going to be determined by the negotiations between Russia and Ukraine, whatever role the United States, Europe, and all of our allies play, the decision is none of ours. It's solely lies with the people and the democratically elected leadership of Ukraine. And we will be praying for them, we're cheering for them, we're encouraging them, but the ultimate decision will be theirs. And with that, I turned over to my very good friend, former colleague in the House before. I'm really glad he's with me in the Senate, Senator Peter Welch of Vermont.
Thank you. Senator Shaheen, I just want to salute you for your steadfast leadership on this, and your partner here, Senator Rounds, as well. I was here 2 years ago, and there's two issues this year. One of them we didn't have last year. One is Ukraine, and this has been a grinding, brutal war. And the willingness of our EU allies and the United States are being put to the test as to whether we can stay by our Ukrainian allies who have been brutally attacked and are continuing to face the onslaught of brutal attacks on civilians to help Ukraine defend itself. And the good news is there is constant strong support from all of the participants who've been here, and that gives me a great deal of hope that we'll stay the course. The second thing that's new, is, of course, is the tariffs. And 4 of us have borders with Canada. We're very close, great bonds of affection, as well as enormous interaction economically. And in fact, 34 states, not just the border states. Canada's our biggest trading partner. Frankly, I think the tariffs were a huge mistake. They're doing enormous disruption to the economies of a lot of our small businesses and having a real impact on Canada. So we've got to work through that. And one of the things that I think is very important about us being here, a bipartisan delegation, is to make it very clear to our Canadian friends that we're your friends. And we're going to do everything we can to put things back to the wonderful relationship that we've always had with Canada. Thank you.